I have a Genie SilentMax 100 opener that stopped working today after our power briefly went out, then came back on. It won't work at all. I've tried the wall switch, car remote and outside remote. None work. It appears to have no power at all. I've checked the breaker switches, and also plugged a lamp into the outlet where the opener is plugged in. The lamp came on just fine. The red light on the door switch is not on.
Welcome. My name is Would be glad to assist. It sounds like there was a surge on the opener and the transformer on the main board was damaged or the board itself. You have already performed the primary checks and verified power from the panel to the garage door opener receptacle. The only other work that could be done at this point is to perform checks on the power connection to the board. I would first unplug the opener, then we'll have to remove the cover to access the internals. You will see a large board that will have all the components and want to inspect to see if you see any damage or smell anything resembling a burnt smell. Here is a link to the board so you can be familiar with what you will be looking at. http://www.bearcatco.com/images/parts2/Genie IntelliJ circuit boards big.jpg. Let me know how it goes. Thanks.
Hi, and thanks for the advice. I did as you instructed, and looked at the board/components. There wasn't anything obvious in terms of damage, smell, etc. Looked perfectly normal. Put it back together now. Still doesn't work. Is there any kind of reset button on the unit? Just trying to do everything I can. Thanks again. Will await your reply. John.
Okay, John, thanks. Sometimes you can actually see a burn spot on the boards, but many times there is no visible damage, especially if the transformer on the board failed. That is what it sounds like on yours, maybe more components but with no power at all. The board is definitely the problem and would need to be replaced. There are no resets on the openers, and the boards themselves are replaced as a whole unit, no parts. If the board was powering up, we know it gets power, but that's as far as it goes, then the wall button and photo eyes would be lit at least. Surges take out openers often and is best to have them on a surge protector, the type that plugs into the receptacle and then you plug the opener into the surge protector. Wish there was an easier fix, but the board is the problem as it is now. http://www.bearcatco.com/garage_door-openers/genie_parts.html. Let me know anything further needed, thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Tommy. You're correct that there are no LED lights on, not at the wall switch, sensors or the unit itself. How much would you estimate I'd have to pay for a new circuit board to be installed? I know it might vary, but if you could give me a ballpark, I'd appreciate it. Thanks again. You've been very helpful. John. Oh wait. I just saw the prices on the link you sent. $109.95. Is that something I could pop out/pop in myself? Is it modular, or does it require a technician to install? Again, thanks.
Okay, You can do it yourself. You just have to set it up again like it is a new garage door opener. All the programming and limits are lost and must be reset. Here is the manual. http://www.geniecompany.com/garage door openers/product support _SilentMax 1000.asps. Depending on the service company, it can run $200 on a replacement. This is because the board will run between $85 $110 as you could see on the link posted. Then add in the service call on top. I believe that Sears does other manufacturer openers, not sure, they may give a price over the phone. Once you install the new board, it also has to be set up with the limits just like a new installation and why the labor costs as much as the board. Takes time to complete the setup. Hope that helps, thanks.
That's very helpful. Thanks very much, and have a good weekend.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.